promised, I'm back for another fun video. Hi baddies, welcome back to my channel. I spent so much time reading all of your comments from last week's video. Let me tell you right now, you melted my heart and you reminded me exactly why I love YouTube so much. Keep leaving comments because your comments give me life, okay? They make my heart happy. They fill my heart with love, and it just makes me want to keep coming back because you guys are so sweet to me. But anyway, I'm not going to talk your ear off. Without further ado, let's get into our fun tutorial for today. Besitos.
You're not even ready for what we're gonna make today. I'm so excited. You're about to have so much fun. So grab a snack and sit down and get ready to craft with me. We are gonna be using cellophane. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but cellophane wrap. I am super obsessed with this technique. When I went to Tumbler Invasion, there were two tumbler makers, Chrissy and Callan, who had these amazing cups with all these cool details and cellophane. And I said, you guys are amazing. What a good idea. And ever since I got back, I have been so inspired to keep using cellophane. Like, I cannot stop. So without further ado, let's get into it. I am going to be using this tumbler from the Tipsy Magnolia. And the reason I'm obsessed with this line of cups is because they already come with this chrome color shift on it. Therefore, I didn't even have to spray paint my cup. I was ready to go. If you do not have one of these cups, you can spray paint your cup purple if you would like and prep it that way. Now, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a permanent marker. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, this is not a time for you to be doing your eyebrows. Those are my chola days. The permanent marker is not for my eyebrows. It's for me to line up where I'm gonna put my geode, geode. Now, if you know, you know. We don't want this to look like a vagine, like a vajayjay. And it's very easy for geodes to start going in that direction of a clam chowder. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do that. So separate your lines and establish where you want everything to go and make it nice and wide. The skinnier you make it, the more it's going to look like an oyster. Trust me. Okay. Then you're going to take the best brand of paint on the whole planet, which is Folk Art, and it's folking amazing. And you're going to very carefully paint the inside of the cup black. Now, wherever you drew your lines, where your glitter is going to go, obviously you don't want to paint over that. You just want to paint the rest of the sections where there's not going to be any glitter. Now, every single section that we paint black, those are all the sections that are going to have cellophane over that. So just remember that. Black equals cellophane. Black equals cellophane. In true Mayra fashion, I forgot to record the part where I did this part. But basically, I just took white acrylic paint and my little sponge thing, and I went all over the tumbler because we're creating kind of a galaxy. Now, I was inspired by that set of nails right there in the picture, how it's got like a galaxy-ish vibes, but with a little bit of like mystic gold elements. And so I kind of started doing the whole galaxy thing, which is you just dab a little bit of white paint and then you take alcohol inks. I'm using purple and like a beautiful magenta, and I'm dabbing this over the white paint. What this is going to do is it's going to start to kind of look like a galaxy in the sky. Just trust me, baddies. Trust. Now, there's going to be sections in this video where you're like, girl, that cup is ugly as heck. And listen, there were moments during the video where I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? This better turn out how I'm picturing in my head, but it did. In the end, it all came together. I promise you. So just stick with me. I promise. Keep eating your nuggets. Just keep eating your nuggets. All right. So you're going to keep, you're going to keep dabbing. If you don't make that noise while you're dabbing, your cup is probably not going to come out good. So make sure while you're dabbing, you're like, okay? It's important. Muy importante. The good thing about this galaxy vibe thing is, and I want you to know, towards the end of the video, this is going to be nowhere near a galaxy because I thought that me putting the cellophane over my galaxy part, I thought that you were going to still be able to see the galaxy with just like a little bit of opal on top. But the color shift of the cellophane against the black completely changed the vibe of the cup. So I had to pivot, like in Friends, like Ross and Chandler. We had to pivot. But don't worry, this is going to turn out beautiful. absolutely beautiful. And if you guys are nice, which you always are, I might even pick someone from the comments to give that cup to. What do you think about that? I don't know though. I don't know yet. I'm not committing it yet because what if I want to keep it? It's so beautiful. I don't know. It's too much pressure. All right. Now, what you see me doing here is just going backity forth, back. We're going back to back. Back to back. Because if you feel like you did too much pink or too much purple, you can always go back with a little bit of paint and fix your area. So once you get it the way you like it, we're going to go into the glitter, and we're going to use the best glitter on the market. Honey, is my glitter the best? You got to say it so they can hear you.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Baddiee Glitter. Baddiee. Now, those are the 4 colors that I'm going to use. I will, of course, link them in the description for you. I am going to use some white paint and some mustard looking paint. Gosh, that makes me want a hot dog so bad. I am someone who likes to prep my tumbler with the color of the glitter. There's a lot of people who don't, and guess what? If you don't, you're not going to go to jail. I'm not going to call the FBI. I am not a tumbler Karen. You can do whatever you want, honey boo boo. Shoot, you could wipe a booger on the cup for all you want, and I could see you do it, and I'm still not going to snitch, because snitches get stitches, and they almost always end up in stitches. So you can do your techniques however you want. Shoot, you could wipe your butt crack sweat on a cup, and that's on you, boo boo. Okay, so don't come for me and my inheritance of $3. Oh, zoned. I like to prep my cups with the color of the base of the glitter that I'm going to use. I just think it makes it pop more like a booty. Okay, I think that it makes it pop a lot more, and so I'm probably gonna do this until I hit the grave, you know, many moons from now. So I am just establishing where I'm going to put my colors. Now, as you can see, I did leave some of that gorgeous chrome shift exposed in certain areas. That's because that's the perfect base color for my purple glitter, so I don't need to paint over that. Now, this is a tedious process, but just remember, this is a labor of love, okay? And making tumblers is like making love to the cup. You know what? No, let's not look at it that way. That's kind of creepy. Making tumblers, it's an art. It's like a dance, okay? Like the dance of the dragons, right? Like House of Dragons. You are bonding with the cup, and it's just amazing. You know, take your time, put attention to all those little details. And I know that it's tedious, but that's what's beautiful about making cups. The attention in the details is what makes them special. Okay. Now, because I'm a psycho, I also like to put acrylic paint in my glue just to add extra coverage. So of course, I took folk art paint and added a little bit more into my glue, and I'm prepping right now. We're going to go in with a color called Teal So Good, and let me tell you something right now. That Teal So Good makes you feel so good. So it was, oh, look at it. I feel like if I wouldn't get in trouble for playing copyrighted music, I would play Marvin Gaye right now. Let's get it on. Ooh, baby, let's get it on. Because that Teal So Good made me teal so good. I can't stop. All right. Everybody calm down. Settle down. You can't laugh so loud while I'm talking. It's distracting. All right. Moving on. We're going to go ahead and do our golds now. My sweet tea is more of like a rose gold, whereas my Enchanted Pixie gold is an actual gold. I love them so much. I'm not a huge fan of super yellow golds. You'll notice that my golds are always very muted and like not super yellow. I don't like my yellow looking like the cheap jewelry you get at the swap meet, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like the Virgin Mary necklace I used to wear when I was younger. That thing was so yellow, it was almost orange. Okay? I don't like those kinds of golds. So my golds are always going to be more muted like this. Okay? All right. So again, I'm just repeating the same process here. I'm laying down my glue with a little bit of paint in it, and I am putting my glitter on the tumbler. Look at Teal, look at Sweet Tea. It is so beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I think this is so beautiful. Now, if you guys like the way that this whole if you guys like the way that this looks with the galaxy, now mind you, baddies, I didn't do such a neat, clean job on the galaxy because I knew I was going to cover it up with cellophane. But if you like this theme, then you can always use darker colors for your glitter and not put cellophane over the galaxy part, and that would be really cool. Actually, this past Wednesday in Baddiee University, we made a galaxy geode in all dark colors, and it turned out spectacular. So if you like the concept of the geode in the middle, then go ahead and do a nicer job on the galaxy and don't cover it up with cellophane. But because this is a cellophane tutorial, we are going to use cellophane. Now, once you do your glitter, just brush off any glitter that may be in places where it doesn't belong, you know, like your butt crack, wherever. I don't know your life. And then you're going to seal it. I'm going to seal it only once and let it fully dry because I don't want to damage or knock off any of the glitter while I'm wrapping my cellophane around the tumbler. So I'm just going to go ahead and seal this, put it in front of a fan and let it dry. Then we're going to go use our cellophane. I got this at, I think I got it on Amazon, but you can get cellophane wrap anywhere. You can get it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart may even have it, any craft store. But if not, then just look up Opal cellophane wrap on Amazon and you'll be able to find it. I will, of course, provide a link for you in the description. Now, you want to crinkle it up like whenever you get a medical bill and you're like, not today. Not today, Satan. Not today. We crinkle up those medical bills because you want to know what? I'm not paying you $500 for prescribing me Motrin. Oh, I'm not. So just crinkle it up and channel your inner rebel, okay? And then once it's nice and crinkled up, you want to get as many wrinkles in there as you want, okay? Just like wrinkle it up like one of those wrinkly puppies. What are they called? Oh, they're so cute and wrinkly. And then try to lay it as flat as you possibly can. Think Cher's hair or my booty, whichever one, and just make it as flat as possible. I'm about to teach you something so cool. Okay, now, in order for us to get the exact measurement that we need in our little sections, you just take your cellophane, it's semi-transparent, use a permanent marker. Again, we're not using this for our eyebrows, not anymore. Those days are in the past. We're using our marker to establish the section where we're gonna cut our cellophane. And then you use your scissors, you cut it out. Once you have it cut out, you get a little bit closer and more detailed with all those ridges and curves and all those areas, and you cut it out. And then you can use Tack It, but we are going to probably be using a glue from, not me saying probably, sorry, Jenny distracted me. We're going to be using a foil glue from Artistic Painting Studio. Now, I do have a discount code, but they just gave it to me yesterday, so give me a little bit of time, and I promise I'll get it uploaded into the description by the end of today. So this glue is amazing, okay? It is more sticky than your butt cheeks on a hot summer day in southern Louisiana, okay? I'm talking sticky. You want to dry it with a huge industrial size fan. If your fan is not gigantic like mine, it's probably not going to dry properly and you're going to mess up your whole cup. So make sure you have a giganto Disney themed industrial fan in your hand that is not from Temu. And then what you're going to do is you want to lay that cellophane as flat as possible. So as you can see, I'm slowly letting it adhere to my cup. And at the same time, I'm using my sausage finger to just smush it down. Smushity, smush, smush, smush. Smushity, smush, smush, smush. And then you take your X-Acto knife and you very carefully go around the edge and just cut off any excess that you may have if you maybe accidentally left a little too much overhang. But not to worry, that is totally not a problem because you can just cut everything with your X-Acto knife. All right, so I'm not going to put you through the pain of making me do that on the other side. So I'm just going to show you how I did it on here on this side and just, you know, make it lay nice and flat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that middle section where my air quote crappy galaxy is, and I am going to cover it completely in this foil glue. I'm telling you guys, this glue is very sticky, so it is a really good option. But if you're on a budget or if you want to use what you already have at home, you can use Tack It. Tack It will work as well. I did use Tack It on the last cup that I did, and it worked a little less good than this one did. So I do think you need a very sticky glue, and I promise I'm not just telling you to sell you this glue. Like, if you have a different glue that is extremely sticky, definitely use it, or maybe you can do 2 coats of Tack It. I don't know, but you want it to be as sticky as what is sticky? Let's see. What's something that's very sticky? I don't know, like one of those boogers that you take out that's not hard but not too soft yet. It's almost like a gummy consistency, and you roll it into a ball, and then you think you flick it, but like later you find it in your hair because it was just so sticky. That's how sticky you want it to be, okay? Now, once it's dry, you're going to slowly start applying your cellophane. Now, remember, you don't want to wrap it around because then you're going to have all these gigantic air bubbles under the cellophane. So you want to go little by little, and start just pressing down and smoothing out some of those wrinkles and just getting it on there as good as possible. You're going to want to wrap it around the entire cup, of course. And you want to be careful because we're maneuvering around the glitter. We don't want to mess up all that beautiful glitter that we already did. Now, you could probably do your cellophane first, but I wasn't sure if I did the cellophane first because it has so many like wrinkles and creases and crevices. I wasn't sure if my glitter was going to get stuck in all those little nooks and crannies when I was doing the glitter. So that is why I decided to play it safe and do the cellophane last. Now you're just going to use your scissors and cut off all of the excess cellophane. And again, to get a little bit more precise, okay, big words, to get a little bit more precise, you're going to use, again, an X-Acto knife, and you're just going to go around the edges and get that perfectly close edge cut and just slowly start removing all of that excess cellophane. Baddies, I can't stop using cellophane. I actually already have a really, really good idea for next week using cellophane again. Now my ideas are brewing, okay? It's like when you got a fart marinating. They're just in there making all these noises and swirling around my belly. Lots of fun ideas loading. I'm super pumped to be back at YouTube. I missed you guys so much. You didn't even miss me compared to how I miss you. Okay, so just take your X-Acto knife, cut off all the little edges, all the little nooks and crevices, and then, just take your hand again and your finger and just kind of press everything in as much as you possibly can. See where the seams meet? All you have to do is take your scissors and cut as close as possible as you can to that, and then just press it down so that it lays flat like my butt. You're gonna get it good, baddies. Do not doubt yourself. Do not question yourself. I don't care what your pets or your neighbors or anybody says about you. You're amazing, you're talented, you're beautiful, and you're all queens and kings. Once you have all of this done, okay, oh, I have a little piece hanging. Once you have all of this stuff done, like I said, you just want to take a little bit of time and just press everything down and make sure it's nice and adhered to the cup. Look how cute this looks. But do you see what I'm talking about? How once I placed the cellophane on top against that black background, it kind of turned it almost like a greenish, and that immediately changed the vibe of what I had pictured for the cup. So I decided to drop the galaxy part of the theme and just turn it into an opal geode. I do love the colors though. I think they're very beautiful. Now, don't forget the butt, okay? A lot of people forget the butts. We're not going to forget the booty, okay? We like booties. So we are going to put our same glue on here. Again, we're going to use our Giganto, Introndonormous fan, and we're going to dry. Blow like it's your wedding night, okay? You really want to dry it up as much as possible. And then we're going to stick our cellophane to the bottom of the cup. And then what are you going to use to clean up the edges? I want to see who's paying attention. An X-Acto knife. That's right. We're going to use good job. Good job, Timmy, too. You're going to use an X-Acto knife to cut off all of the excess. And then you're going to have a very, very beautiful bottom. I'm very excited for this cup. I hope you guys are too. If you guys do remake this, please tag me because I really want to see all your recreations. And you guys don't even have to stick to this color palette if you don't love it. You can do any colors that you want. I could not be more obsessed. I love this so freaking much. And then once I do that, I sealed the entire cup 3 times with the same acrylic spray that I've been using this entire video. I sealed it 3 times because the glitter needed to be sealed a couple more times, and we want to make sure we get a really good seal over our cellophane. So I sealed it 3 times, let it fully dry, and then went in with Flynn Sisters Artist Cure, the best epoxy on the market. I will literally give you $50 if you can change my mind, but you can't because it's the best. And then we're going to let this spin overnight. Good night, my sweet beauty. I will see you in the morning. Please do not fall off this turner. Please do not get a bug stuck to you. And no more corpses on my tumblers, please. The Lord answered my prayers because look how shiny and glossy and beautiful. Oh, my Lanta Santa. It is so stunning. The texture that the cellophane adds, out of this world. Remember that one time when Tom Cruise jumped on the couch on the Ellen DeGeneres show and he was jumping up and down? That's what I want to do about this cellophane, okay? Now I'm going to take my sponge and I'm going to do a really good rim job. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove any lumps or bumps off of my rim. Okay, a rim job is very important. Now I'm going to angle my sanding block and I'm going to remove a tiny little section of glitter off of the very top to expose just a tiny little section of stainless steel. This is just going to help me get a really good seal when I go over this with epoxy and just really provide a long lasting product. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm not your mama. I'm not in charge of you. And again, I'm not a Tumblr Karen. So do you, boo-boo. Do you. But I will always do that. It just makes me feel better. And then I took my same sanding block and removed a few lumps and bumps. Oh my gosh, if only I could do that to my butt cheeks and just use the sanding block and remove any lumps and bumps back there. Now I'm using this pen from Hobby Lobby. Okay, and I am using my pinky. My pinky's got to be so strong now. I'm using my pinky to have stability while I'm doing my swiggly lines. I'm telling you right now, if you don't use that pinky, you're going to mess up your whole cup. Okay, use your pinky. Use your pinky to support your hand because you and the pink, you're gonna get it done. Do 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 do. Pinky for you. Pinky for me. Ooh, this makes me think of the pinky, the pinky, the pinky, and the brain. Who remembers that cartoon? Oh my gosh. I need to watch all my old shows. So of course I went ahead and just carefully took my time and drew my lines in between each glitter color. And that really like brought this whole thing to life. Like that really started to piece this geode together. Oh my gosh, I'm so in love with it. I can't even shut up about it. And then I took this textured vinyl. Gosh, I do not remember where I got this, but given that it came in a sheet like that, I most likely got it from Two Moms Craft Shack. So check them out. They are incredible and super sweet. And I do have a discount code. I will link it in the description. But I think that the fact that this gold vinyl had texture had everything to do with the cup turning out so cute, because texture everywhere. Texture for you, texture for me, texture for her, texture in our hair, texture. And then you just want to take those leopard spots and place them strategically wherever you want. I also, whoa, what happened to my voice? Am I going through puberty? I also took a little bit of time to put some of those leopard spots on the bottom of the tumbler. Don't forget the booty. Don't forget the booty. Also, I have been talking so fast in this video, and I swear I've done this entire voiceover in one breath. I sound like those people at the auction. Blah, 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 blah. He's going to $5 over here. Blah, blah, blah. He's going to have $6 over there. Blah, 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 blah. Can I get $10? Can I get $5? Excuse me? I don't know how my husband is still married to me. Like, is this what I'm like all the time? Because this is a lot. This is a lot to handle. I'm too much sometimes. Whew, I'm a little overwhelmed with myself right now. Anyway. Oh, my Lanta, tell me you're not in love with this cup. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Now I'm going to seal it 2 times with my acrylic sprayer. And then I'm going to let it completely dry. When it's completely dry, I'm going to go in with the best epoxy on the market, Artist Cure by Flynn Sisters Supply Shop. I do have a discount code. I will link it in the description. And this is going to give it that perfect glass-like crystal finish. We're going to let this spin overnight. But here you have the final product. Make sure you spend a little bit of time in the butt. What? In the butt. What? In the butt. You just want to make sure that you're using your sausage booger finger to really make sure that you're getting full coverage at the bottom of the tumbler. And then I like to do this motion here and go up and down the cup because this helps me feel for any spots that I may have missed with epoxy. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy torch and I'm going to pop any bottles, like a any bottles. I'm going to pop all the bubbles and bam, here's the final product. I'm obsessed. I'm in love. I'm enamored. What do you think? Leave me a comment. And guess what? I'll see you next week for another fun video. I love you guys so much more than you love me. Mwah! Besitos!